The independence of America is meaningless unless it is linked to the total liberation of the world. Welcome to Dayspring Life and Health channel. This is Dr. Otin coming to you again. Today we want to talk about American independence, the last hope for world freedom. Before we proceed, I just want you to remember to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed. And if you have subscribed, don't forget to hit the like button, comment below, and let's get a conversation going. American independence, the last hope for world freedom. So we're going to talk about the relevance of American independence, the impact of American independence on the world, and why it is the last hope for world freedom. Why is it necessary? And what's the impact of this Independence Day celebration that we have? Why should we celebrate it at all? And basically, I will intrigue your minds to think about certain things. So follow me carefully as we discuss this. All right, let's get to it. Again, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already subscribed to this channel. American independence, which is celebrated on July 4th, it's a celebration of the freedom from British colonial powers. What's the relevance of Independence Day? So independence really means determination of the country's own destiny, self-determination. The country chose to determine its own destiny without the Queen of England or the King of England telling the nation where to go or what to do. The other one is it led to the adoption of a new political order, a new political system. Under the British rule, it was under a monarch. The King or the Queen of England was the head of state. The nation had to adopt a new set of rules, what we call a constitution, the adoption of a new political system, which we call democracy. The other thing is that independence also led to freedom. So hitherto or before independence, the citizens of the United States were pleading allegiance to a king or a queen of England, or to the monarch basically, so that freedoms of people in the United States were limited. Freedom was something that was established as a key facet of the American system, American political system, that individuals were free. Individuals had the ability to do and make their own choices without anybody looking over them. People were free. Emphasis was placed on equity, basically outlined in the documents that say that all men were created equal. So nobody who is a king had any more relevance than any other person who isn't a king. Or if somebody wasn't a royal, it doesn't mean they are less human than another person. Freedom and equity to the society. So when we celebrate Independence Day, we celebrate a huge and a major social change, but we take it all for granted. Now we understand what independence means in America. But what is the impact? What is the effect of American independence on the world system, the entire world system? Because once we know that, then we will talk about why the American independence is our last hope for freedom in the entire world, or it's the last hope for world freedom. All right. So what is the impact of American freedom on the world? The first one is that because of the American independence, which emphasized freedom of individuals and equity among peoples, American justice system was established. The belief in the fact that people everywhere must be free, people everywhere must be treated with equity, that belief system informed the rest of the world and many other countries, especially in Europe and other places. Many other countries formulated their own struggles of independence around the same idea that America adopted. The other point is that American independence has an impact on the world through the spread of peace. The influence of the United States on world peace cannot be overestimated. I mean, whether it is through the United Nations, through the formation of the United Nations, and other organizations such as the Allied Movement, many organizations that were formed through the American leadership were all made to promote peace. One other example is the World War. When the war was raging, it had to take a strong, independent America to lead a group of allied countries to fight Hitler, to defeat evil, and to ensure peace in Europe. American independence also has led to prosperity, and people promoted the idea of the pursuit of happiness and the rest, and prosperity broke forth in the United States. It became examples to the rest of the world. Several other countries who became independent saw the progress in American political system and their accompanying prosperity, and followed suit to ensure they enjoyed similar breakthroughs. So American independence has led to world prosperity. After the World War, it was American influence and investments in Germany and in Japan and in South Korea and in all those places where we see advancement. All those countries in Europe who have now become economical powerhouses all have benefited from American independence due to American direct investment and American influence in their political system, either directly or indirectly. Unfortunately, it hasn't had that much in Africa, at least not directly. Africans haven't benefited as the Asians did or as the Europeans did. China is doing economically well, but there has not been any influence positively on the world stage to benefit other countries, for people to become free, for people to become self-governing, for people to be able to, enjoy prosperity. They may have been able to do it, and they, as a matter of fact, they are doing it for their people. Chinese people are being lifted from poverty as quickly as never before. In fact, it is outstanding how many people have been changed, have been transformed within the last 40 years. Poverty has been almost completely wiped out in China, which is a great achievement, because if you have a country of such great numbers of people, billions, over a billion people, if most of them are are enjoying good economic life, good and healthy economic and financial life, you would be happy for them. And I'm very happy for what they have done to transform their economies. But when it comes to influencing the world positively, I have yet to see it, because unlike the United States, they don't have that ability to do that, because there are questions about their own system. So that is why I think the United States is the last best hope for world freedom, for freedom everywhere, no matter the place you live on the earth. If America becomes weak, if the United States stop promoting freedom and independence, we are in trouble. For the American system to endure and continue to lead in world freedom, now more than ever, our political system of government must work, and it must show that prosperity and infrastructural development and technology can happen faster than any time in the past. In China, they don't have to talk with anybody for agreement. If they know it helps them, they do it. That is why they are developing very fast. But then again, we like our system of government, so the politicians must make it work. If it is doing good, who should be against doing good? We got to make sure it works, so that we will continue to become the envy of the world. And on this Independence Day, let us remember the sacrifices of the people who fought to get independence. Today, it is your turn, it is my turn to defend this freedom. It is our turn to carry this torch to the next generation and ensure the leadership of this country. For it is not just for us, It is for the entire world. Dr. Kwame Nkrumah said, he said the independence of Ghana was meaningless unless it is linked to the total liberation of the African continent. And I'll state it in my own words too for now, that the independence of America is meaningless unless it is linked to the total liberation of the world. Beloved, I wish above all things that you prosper and be in health, even as your soul prospers. Thank you. Just my children and my wife. Thank my lucky stars to be living here today. 'Cause the flag still stands for freedom, and they can't take that away. And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. From the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee, across the plains of Texas, from sea to shining sea, from Detroit down to Houston, and New York to Illinois. There's pride in every American heart, and it's time we stand and say, I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land. God bless the USA. An American, where at least I know I'm free. And I won't forget the men who died, who gave that right to me. And I gladly stand up next to you and defend her still today. 'Cause there ain't no doubt